السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مبارك عليكم هذا الشهر الفضيل. وياكم صفية يعقوب من برنامج وزارة التربية والتعليم خراريف. اليوم بوديكم في مغامرة رائعة وشيقة في قراءة القصص. أول قصة هي قصة صداقة تحت شجرة الغاف قراءة فلورنس رينولدز، والقصة الثانية هي قصة الجمل وطائرة الدرون. هذه القصتين بتكون باللغة الإنجليزية لكنها بتتكلم عن ثقافتنا وهويتنا الوطنية وأصالتنا.
Hello and welcome to the Ministry of Education's Story Time, a reading initiative for young learners and their families in the UAE and across the globe. My name is Debbie and I am here today to take you all on a storytelling adventure. Would you like that? We have two stories for you today, Friendship Under the Raft Tree and The Camel and the Drone, with two wonderful storytellers, Florence Reynolds and Christopher Watson. Both stories will be told in English today and we would like you all to join in with all of your family.
اليوم هذه القصص بتتكلم عن مغامرات شيقة. تبون تشاركون وياي في هذه المغامرة؟ تبون تعرفون كيف؟ يلا نبدأ. أبا منكم تجيبون آيباد أو لوح ذكي أو هاتف متحرك ذكي. جبتوا الهاتف؟ جبتوا الآيباد؟ الحين تفتحون الكاميرا، الدالي بيطلع لكم QR كود، تسوون له سكان، يدخلكم رابط، تفتحون الرابط بيطلع لكم الشخصيات والأحداث من القصة. تبون نجرب؟ يلا نجرب. تجيبون الهاتف، تجيبون الآيباد أو اللوح الذكي، افتحوا الكاميرا، سووا سكان على QR كود اللي موجود على الدالي. أيوة فتحتوا، ثم يدخل لكم رابط، ادخلوا على AR، تشوفون الطيارة اللي تطير في الغرفة؟ تشوفون الطائرة؟ واو، شو رأيكم بهالمغامرة؟ خلال قراءتنا حق القصة بيطلب منكم قارئ القصة انكم تفتحون الكاميرا وتسوون سكان على QR كود. شو رأيكم؟ بتستمتعون. الحين انا بمنكم طلب، ابى منكم تصورون لنا صور او فيديو من المغامرات اللي بتشوفونها في القصة خلال قراءة القصة، وتطرشون هذه الفيديوهات أو الصور حق هاشتاج UAE Storytelling أو على مواقع التواصل الاجتماعي MOE_UAE Students. الحين احنا بنبدأ أول قصة، هي قصة صداقة تحت شجرة الغاف بقراءة فلورنس رينولدز. ولا تنسون تشاركونا بالصور وآراءكم عن القصة عن طريق مواقع التواصل الاجتماعي أو الهاشتاج UAE Storytelling أو MOE_UAE Students. مع السلامة.
You're going to see some codes appear on the screen during both stories. These are called QR codes, and what we would like you to do is scan them with cameras. Once you scan them, something magical will happen. Objects and characters from the stories will appear as if by magic in your room. So if you go and get a mobile phone or a tablet and switch the camera on. Now that you have your cameras, can you see the QR code on the screen? Wonderful. I would like you to hold the camera up and scan the QR code and you should see a website. If you can see the website, you need to press AR. Wow. Can you see what's in the room? You should all be able to see an aeroplane right now. Excellent. You all know what to do. So if a storyteller asks you to scan a QR code, have your cameras ready to scan. We are on social media today as well, and I want to hear all about your storytelling adventures. So if you want to send me any pictures of the objects and the characters you find in your room, or if you want to send me some video of you and your family listening to the stories, get in touch using hashtag UAE Storytime. So if you're all ready, boys and girls, we are going to go straight over to our first story with Florence Reynolds. Make sure you come back after the story and tell me all about it. I want to hear what characters and what objects you managed to find on your adventure. Enjoy the story and I will see you after. Bye bye.
I'm going to tell you a story called Friendship Under the Gaff Tree. It's written by Susan Brown and Ahmed Al-Shwabi. As the sun rose across Hajar Mountains, Darb Lizard sleepily peered out from the deep burrow that was her home. She stretched and slowly looked around, enjoying the fresh air after hibernating all winter. Now that spring had arrived, Darb Lizard was ready to enjoy life in the desert once again. She lazily strolled over to her favourite place, which was next to the beautiful gaff tree. Once there, Darb Lizard lay back on her rock that fit her shape perfectly, soaking up the warm early morning rays of sunshine before going off to look for breakfast. Stop there, one moment. Can you see on the screen? That's a QR code. Why don't you get a camera and scan the code, and you can get your very own Darb Lizard in the room with you. Nearby, a mother scorpion was busy looking after her scorpions, who were all clinging tightly onto her back. She travelled quickly, hunting for food. Suddenly, there was a thud on the ground next to Darb Lizard, and this made her jump up and run back to the burrow as fast as she could. Darb Lizards are very timid, and she couldn't think what had made this strange noise so close to her. Scorpion picked herself up after falling from her mother's back and luckily was only a little dazed. But she quickly became very upset on looking around and finding her mother was nowhere to be seen. "Mummy, where are you?" cried Scorpion loudly as she could. Scorpion's mummy was in too much of a hurry though, and hadn't even realised she had fallen or heard her cries for help. Can you see the code on the screen? Why not grab a camera, scan the QR code, and you can get your very own characters in the room with you. Scorpion was very young, but she had already been taught to always hide away and keep herself safe, so she quickly scuttled along and squeezed between two rocks. Darb Lizard was, of course, now watching all this from the safety of her burrow. Darb Lizard and Scorpion caught each other's eye and she bobbed her head down shyly, but then up again. Scorpion squealed in delight, doing the same thing, and thought this was a great game. Within minutes, the two unlikely friends were playing peekaboo. Suddenly, there was a strange silence and Darb Lizard stretched her neck out as far as she possibly could to take a closer look at Scorpion. All was quite still, with no movement from this baby anymore. Most lizards would enjoy this easy, unexpected breakfast treat, but Darb Lizard felt strangely protected towards Scorpion. She took a risk and carefully carried her back to the burrow, hoping Scorpion wouldn't suddenly pinch or sting her. Scorpions are known to enjoy lizards as a tasty snack. Darb Lizard looked after Scorpion as if she were her own baby, and soon she grew strong and well again. A day turned into a week, and the months passed by with Darb Lizard and Scorpion living in the burrow alongside each other. Having Scorpion there was like having a keep out sign hanging outside the burrow, because scorpions can be very grumpy, and so usually nobody ever goes near them. Every morning, Darb Lizard and Scorpion left the burrow early to go and sit under their favourite gaff tree. This was now a special place for both of them, because it was where they had first met. The two friends would often peer up at the blue sky through the delicate branches and enjoy the peace that they both felt. The gaff tree also gave Darb Lizard and Scorpion shade from the heat of the sun and was comforting, like an extra special friend. Can you see the code on the screen? Get a camera, scan it, and you can get your very own characters in the room with you. A few months later, Darb Lizard and Scorpion suddenly noticed a boy and girl at their gaff tree, and the boy was even perched on Darb Lizard's special rock. The children were called Safe and Shaker, and they had come to Hajar Mountains for a picnic with their family. What Darb Lizard saw next made her start to run towards the gaff tree to protect it, because Shaker was pulling hard on a branch. "Don't go any nearer," warned Scorpion in a quiet but firm voice. "Those children might try and catch you." Darb Lizard and Scorpion quickly turned around and hurried back home. Later that day, Darb Lizard knew she must go out again to find food. This time she walked in the opposite direction of the gaff tree to keep away from the children. Suddenly, Darb Lizard saw both of them standing near her, and Safe was pointing at her. "Look, a lizard! Let's grab it!" he shouted. Darb Lizard's first reaction was to freeze on the spot in fear. But she remembered her friend Scorpion in the burrow and raced back as fast as her legs would carry her. Using her tail to act as a shield at the entrance, Darb Lizard hoped that her razor-sharp spine would stop Safe from snatching her or getting anywhere near Scorpion. With her heart pounding, Darb Lizard then realised she would have to go deeper into the burrow to find Scorpion. But as she moved, a hand suddenly appeared next to her with fingers darting here, there, everywhere. Scorpion had been sleeping, but was now wide awake and saw Safe's fingers too. She immediately grabbed one of them with her strong pincers, followed by giving him a nasty sting by the end of her tail. Of course, Saif had no idea that this was a shared house, and he yelled in pain, removing his hand from the burrow as quickly as it had gone in. Panting with fear, it took Darb Lizard several minutes to calm down and realise that both Scorpion and her were now both safe again. When Saif got back to the gaff tree, his fingers were still throbbing and Grandfather asked what had happened. Scorpion had decided to follow Saif and, although hidden away, was listening too. After hearing what Saif had to say, his grandfather quietly replied, "I'm really sorry you had this nasty sting, but I also hope that what has happened to you has taught you something." Saif looked puzzled, and so his grandfather continued, "I do understand that you didn't mean to hurt the Darb Lizard and were chasing it for fun, but you can imagine how frightened that poor lizard must have felt. Also, let me explain to you about the Darb Lizard being vulnerable." Saif had never heard of the word vulnerable before, and he sat down beside his grandfather. "Sadly, there are not many Darb Lizards left now, Saif, which is why they are vulnerable. We need to look after them or they could become extinct, meaning none left in the whole world." Saif was thoughtful for a few minutes. "I'm so sorry I chased the Darb Lizard, Grandfather, and I'd really like to help them, but what can I do?" "Well, you could start by telling your friends about the Darb Lizard when you go to school, Saif. You didn't know that Darb Lizards are vulnerable, so perhaps your friends don't know too. The more people who know, the better chance will be of saving them." Saif really liked this idea. Shaker came running over to the family, swishing a branch of the gaff tree along the ground behind her. "Where's that branch from, please?" asked her father. "It broke off the gaff tree when I was playing hide and seek with Saif. I was pulling it down to hide behind it," said Shaker. "Please be very careful in future and always look after gaff trees, as they are very special. It's the national tree of the UAE," explained Shaker's father. Grandmother then started telling the whole family stories about when she was a child and how groups of people used to gather under gaff trees to talk and help each other. Saif and Shaker always loved hearing stories about their country and imagined how life was for the people who actually had been sitting under the same gaff tree many years ago. Later that evening, Darb Lizard and Scorpion decided to go out together and walk to their favourite gaff tree. It always helped them feel calm and happy. "Are you all right?" said Scorpion, as they sat quietly under the twinkling stars. "Yes, but only because of you," replied Darb Lizard. "I love you, Darb Lizard," exclaimed Scorpion. "If anything had happened to you, I don't know what I would have done. You took a risk and you were open-minded about me. You're my family." As the desert moon suddenly lit up the beautiful gaff tree, shy Darb Lizard found the courage to say, "I love you, Scorpion. You trusted me and you always keep me safe. Just now, you saved my life." But the beautiful gaff tree wasn't the only thing the moonlight had lit up. "Wow, you look so amazing glowing in the moonlight, Scorpion," exclaimed Darb Lizard, and the two friends just burst out laughing. Saif, Shaker and their family often return to Hajar Mountains and continue to enjoy picnics together, but they now share the beautiful gaff tree with Darb Lizard and Scorpion. If you ever go near the gravel plains at Hajar Mountains, look out for Darb Lizard and Scorpion at their special gaff tree. If you are really lucky, you might even get to see a scorpion glowing in the dark. But don't get too close because they can be also rather grumpy.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مرحبا بكم مرة ثانية مع صفية يعقوب في برنامج وزارة التربية والتعليم خراريف. ودي أشكر الجميع اللي شاركوا ويانا سواء بصور أو فيديوهات خلال قراءتي للقصة وتفاعلي مع الشخصيات وإرسالها عن طريق الهاشتاج UAE Storytelling أو مع مواقع التواصل الاجتماعي MOE_UAE Students. في القصة الأولى اللي كانت تتكلم عن صداقة تحت شجرة الغاف مع فلورنس رينولدز، واللي كانت قصة رائعة ومشوقة. هي كانت تتكلم عن الاهتمام بالحيوانات المستضعفة حول العالم. وأتمنى لكم المزيد من المشاركة، وننتظر المزيد من هذه الصور والمشاركات للهاشتاج التالي. وودي أشكر في هذه الفقرة كل من شاركنا. وصلتنا بعض المشاركات الجميلة. ليلى من دبي، شكرا جزيلا على الصور الرائعة مع الشخصيات التي صورتيها. وعندنا زيدان من مردف الذي شاركنا بصور رائعة خلال تفاعله مع القصة. وعندي also دانا اللي تكون من شارجة، أشكرها، اللي صورتنا صورة جميلة مع حيوانها الأليف وهي تقرأ القصة وتشارك مع الشخصيات في القصة. والآن دور القصة الثانية، وأتمنى لكم قراءة ممتعة. ولا تنسون تفتحون الكاميرا وتسوون سكان حق الQR كود عشان تتفاعلون مع الشخصيات القصة. والآن نبدأ مع قصة الجمل وطائرة الدرون مع قراءة سكوت واتسون. مع السلامة.
Hello everybody and welcome back. Thank you for coming back to see me. Did you all enjoy that story? Wasn't it fantastic? A big thank you to our storyteller Florence Reynolds, who did a wonderful job. We must always remember to be kind to vulnerable animals across the world, isn't that right? Already some of you have been sending me in your pictures, so thank you so much. You've still got time to send me in pictures as we have another story coming up. Use the hashtag UAE Storytime. We have your second story coming up now. Are you all ready? Fabulous. So Chris Watson is going to read for you, and the story is called The Camel and the Drone. So don't forget to come back after the story and tell me what you thought about it. See you soon.
Hello, my name is Chris. I will be telling you your story today. And the name of the story is called The Camel and the Drone, and it's by Ahmed Al-Shohibi. Hamid, as usual, was rushing through his Saturday morning breakfast, much to his mother's frustration. Hamid, would you please slow down? What's the hurry? She asked. I have to run to the park, he replied. Are you going to meet your friends? Asked his mother. Sort of. I'm going to meet Ibil. He might be a camel, Mum, but he's my best friend in the world. And with that, Hamid ran out of the house. Ten minutes later, Hamid had arrived at the farm to greet Ibil. Good morning, Ibil, he said. I see you've already had your breakfast. What a beautiful day. Let's take a walk in the park. I'm sure that other boys from school will be there. I can't wait for the camel racing festival to start. It will be exciting to watch camels come from all around the Arab world to run like the wind. I am confident that I can pick a winner this year. It's a shame most of the boys in school don't enjoy camel racing as much. It's so much fun. Look, Ibble, that's Saeed's drone up there. Let's walk over to them and say hi. Children, would you like to see Saeed's drone in the room with you? If you do, all you need to do is scan this QR code here now. Once you've scanned the QR code, if you press the AR button, in your room you will see Saeed's drone. Can you run faster than the drone? Can you try for me? Hamid and Ibble made their way over to the group of boys playing with their drones. Hamid recognised his classmate Saeed. "Hi Saeed," he said. Saeed looked at Hamid and then at the camel. "Who walks around with a camel nowadays?" he sneered. "Look at his ugly hump, everyone. We only play with boys who have drones. Get out of here. Take your stinky camel with you, you loser." Hamid and Ibble trudged off sadly. "Who cares?" Hamid asked Ibble. "I don't want to play with them anyway. We're better off without them." Back at the farm, Ibble comforted Hamid in the only way he knew how. "Thanks for the hug, Ibble," said Hamid. "You always know how to make me feel better. Saeed might have a shiny brand new toy, but the drone will never show him the warmth and affection I get from you. I have an idea to teach Saeed a lesson." Hamid soon began to feel better again, and he began to think about the stories his grandfather used to tell him about the UAE and its history, as he often did when alone with Ibble. "You know what, Ibble?" Hamid asked. "Saeed might have forgotten the importance of camels to the UAE's heritage, but I haven't. I still remember what my grandfather taught me. He told me that camels are called the ship of the desert for a reason, as they helped our grandparents cross the sand dunes way before we had cars, and way before we dreamt of drones. Camels are a symbol of patience and perseverance. I am proud to own you, Ibble." Back in school on Sunday morning, Saeed clearly hadn't forgotten the incident in the park. "Hey Hamid," he teased. "How far can your drone fly? Oh wait, you don't have a drone, do you? All you have is a stinky camel." Hamid had been expecting Saeed to continue where he had left off at the park on Saturday, but he was ready with a reply. "You make fun of my camel, but I can beat your drone," he said. "I challenge your drone to race my camel. The winner will be crowned as champion. If you are confident enough, let's race next Saturday on the park's track." So, sure enough, on Saturday morning, the boys all gathered at the local park to witness the challenge. Saeed, as usual, was brimming with confidence. "My drone will leave your camel in the dust," he said. "Prepare to be humiliated in front of the whole school." But Hamid ignored him, instead turning to the camel and whispering, "Don't listen to him, Ibel. I believe in you." Would you like to see Hamid's camel in the room with you? If you do, please scan this QR code here and then press AR, and then inside your room you will see Hamid's camel. Can you stroke him for me? Once you're taking photos and pictures, please use the hashtag UAE Storytime. We look forward to seeing all of your photos and all of your videos. Soon the race was underway. As the drone flew and the camel galloped, the boys ran alongside trying to keep up. "Come on," shouted Hamid. "I believe in you, Ibel. Keep going." But suddenly, the racers came across an obstacle. The gate at the edge of the track was closed and Ibel came to a screeching halt. The drone continued unaffected. "Looks like your stinky camel is stuck before we're even halfway through the race," laughed Saeed. "I'm sure you're regretting inviting me to this challenge now, aren't you?" But Ibel was a stubborn camel and wasn't going to give up that easily. In an instant, he had opened the gate all by himself. "That's right, Ibel," cried Hamid. "Show them how you can kick in all 4 directions with each of your legs." The race had been so exciting that the boys had barely noticed the change in weather. The blue sky had disappeared, the wind had picked up, and the sand was being blown all across the racetrack. "Ibel, use your thick eyelashes to protect your eyes from the sand," said Hamid. "Close your nostrils to keep the dust out until the sandstorm passes through." However, the drone didn't have eyelashes or nostrils to close and soon crashed to the ground. "My drone is down," groaned Saeed. "Sand must have entered its processor and damaged it. I need to go fix it quickly or I'll lose the race to Hamid's stinky camel." Saeed knelt down and started to repair the drone. As he did so, the camel began to pull. But Saeed was almost as stubborn as the camel, and soon he was back in the race. "We're back," he cried. "You and your camel got lucky for a moment, but you're about to lose." Hamid was unconcerned. "We'll see about that," he said. However, just as Saeed thought he was closing in, another disaster struck. "Ah, man," said Saeed. "My drone is almost out of battery. No, please, not now. I'm about to win." Hamid was unsympathetic. "Your drone needs to be recharged, does it?" he asked. "I'll have you know, my camel can store food in its hump and go for days without food or water. I guess the hump is not so ugly now that you know its importance." The sand and the battery had taken their toll on the drone, and soon the race was over. We won! We won! You've made me so proud, said Hamid. Here's the saffron you like, Ibil. A reward worthy of the winner. Saeed, however, was not one to take defeat with good grace. He picked up the nearest stone and flung it at the camel. You didn't win, he cried. You and your camel cheated. You're a liar and a cheater. Ibil was shocked to have a stone thrown at him. Hamid had never shown him anything but affection. Why was this boy throwing stones at him? Almost involuntarily, he spat in disgust and landed right on Saeed's face. Don't throw stones at him, said Hamid. Don't provoke him. Saeed, shocked at having lost the race and embarrassed at having been spat on by a camel, started to run away. But by now, the bravado had disappeared. Your camel spat on me. My God, it smells so bad. I'll tell my mum. I think you all witnessed that my camel and I won, said Hamid. Let that be a lesson for all of you. From now on, do not judge a camel by its stinky coat, for its wool keeps it cool in the summer and warm in the winter. As Saeed and his friends scurried away, Hamid and Ibil were once more on their own. Thank you, Ibil, said Hamid to his friend, for helping me stand up to that bully. You are a great friend. I am sure he will never bother us again. Now, let us go practice for the upcoming race festival. And they walked off together, closer than ever before.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيف حالكم؟ ومرحبا بكم مرة أخرى في برنامج وزارة التربية والتعليم خراريب، وياكم صفية يعقوب. أتمنى أنكم استمتعتوا بالتجربة مع قراءة قصة الجمل وطائرة الدرون مع سكوت واتسون. وما شاء الله ما شاء الله على كمية التفاعل وعلى الصور اللي وصلتنا عن طريقكم. أول شيء ودي أشكر زايد من الشارجة على الصورة الرائعة اللي شاركنا فيها وتفاعله مع الشخصيات، وحمد ومريم من العين في مشاركتهم الصور أيضا، وألسو عندي عزان من دبي اللي شاركنا بصور جميلة مع طائرة الدرون اللي اقتبسها من القصة، وكانت مشاركة رائعة. وأنا بانتظار المزيد من الصور والفيديوهات عن طريق الهاشتاج UAE Storytelling، مواقع التواصل الإلكتروني UAE Student. وطبعا شكر خاص لمؤسسة الراوي للنشر، ولهم شكر خاص لتقديم هذه القصص الرائعة والمتنوعة بتقديم هذه الفقرة. إن شاء الله اليوم انتهى وقتنا، وإن شاء الله لنا وقت ثاني نشارككم في قصص جديدة ومغامرات شيقة. ولا تنسوا تتفاعلوا مع القصص عن طريق استخدام QR كود، استخدام الكاميرات. أتمنى لكم يوم سعيد وانتظار منكم المزيد. مع السلامة.
Did you all enjoy the story, boys and girls? It was wonderful, wasn't it? Thank you very much to our storyteller, Chris Watson, who brought the story to life in a wonderful way. It was really interesting to listen all about Hamad and his heritage, don't you agree? And thank you to all the boys and girls who've been sending me in messages and pictures of them joining in with Storytime today. I'm going to read out just a few of you, but don't forget, if you would like your name mentioned, if you want to share any of the pictures that you have of you joining in today, you still have time. So I'd like to say a big hello to Zayed from Sharjah, who's listened to both stories today. So well done, Zayed, and don't forget to join us tomorrow for Storytime. I'd also like to say a big hello to Asa Mohammed from Dubai, who has sent us a picture in of him and the drone from the last story. What a great picture. A big hello to Mariam and Hamad. You're both from Al Ain and you've both sent us pictures in too. So thank you very much, and we hope you join us tomorrow for Storytime. Unfortunately, boys and girls, we've come to the end of story time today. However, we will be back tomorrow and we would love to see you all come back and listen to some more stories. I would like to say a big thank you to both of our storytellers, Florence Reynolds and Chris Watson. I would also like to say a big thank you to Al Rawi Publishing for allowing us to use the fantastic stories that you've listened to today. But mostly, I would like to thank you boys and girls and your families for joining us for this very first Ministry of Education story time. We've got some more stories tomorrow, so make sure you come back and see me and some storytellers. But until then, don't forget, hashtag UAE Storytime, send me in your pictures, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.